Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am SirHavoc and welcome to this Hall of Fame video with the VK28.01 on Cliff, singing us in our Eden Circle with their new song, Follow the Road, and you can see a link directly to their song at the end of this video. So this video is a great display of the VK28.01, and if you're not into light tanks, I would still watch it because it's a great example of why, when you should switch from HE to heat. The guy playing is a guy from my community called VK28.01, and he has great use of ammunition exchange, using heat for the flat surfaces tanks and HE for the guys that will not penetrate with heat. Now in this tank you can waste a lot of money and bounce a lot of shots with heat. Heat is no longer an insta-win button anymore, so it's well worth watching to see how he uses that. Also, he uses the mountain and the cliff really well. Bags himself almost 4,000 damage, which in this tank is extraordinary, and over 1800 base XP. Now, as you may well know, I do run tutorials on my YouTube channel, so keep tuned for them. I also have a gaming community called HavocX, which is the home of World of Tanks University. We are currently looking for players on the NA and EU servers. If you're interested in joining a friendly clan where you can come learn and have a good bunch of guys to talk to, please check out the links in the description below. Please just sit back, relax and enjoy the video. I'll see you on the battlefield. So here we are on Cliff with VK28.01. Now, you may well know the VK28.01 is probably my favourite tier 6 light tank at the moment, or maybe even my favourite tank in the game. The teams are pretty evenly matched. I would say probably the team that IPO has a slightly better team, whereas the enemy team has a lot more heavies. It has 2 top tier heavies, has 4 mid tier heavies, and it has 2 pretty much bottom tier heavies, as opposed to only 2 mid tier and 2 bottom tier heavies. So the team that IPO's on has got a lot of work to do. Unfortunately, Private Ivan, IPO's teammate, crashed just as he was entering the game, so the team has started off with 1 less tank. Now, I play this a bit different to IPO. I don't tend to go up to the cliff. It seems to be a bit of a death zone. I've got to learn it a bit more. I like to play the mid and the other side where that MT25 is. But IPO gives us a great example of how this can be done here. Now, he doesn't go straight for the top straight away, because that's a bit like suicide really on this map now. He puts a nice shot into the Type 64, letting him know he's there, and is able to pull back and get some good spots in for the enemy team. Now, he makes some really good spots there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots. He spotted half of the enemy team, done 170 damage to begin with. Now, we've got RSM me there in a Scorpion. He's harassing them guys with his insane gun depression on that Scorpion, and working well with IPO here. Now, what I like here is they don't get into each other's way too much. They're playing ball pretty much. And IPO's being patient. He's just poking at the moment. He's trying to get some shots, but he's not kind of taking any risks. He ain't got a penetrating shot there, so why give his position away? He's on heat right now, and he's planning to shoot the VK4502. Now, with heat, you're looking for flat, upright surfaces. So German tanks are ideal. Misses the shot there, but he's still got that VK in his sights there. Now, he manages to get a penetrating shot for 346 onto the flat side of the VK with the heat round, and then finishes him off with another 313 damage. And that's the beauty of this gun. A lot of people would have used HE there. You would have got somewhere between 80 to 180 probably with that. But with this heat round, 300. The same with the FCM, using the heat rounds to penetrate the weak side of the FCM 50T, and 353 damage. Changing to HE now for the Type 64. This guy hasn't got a lot of armour, So this was definitely the right call, changing up to HE. And never guess what, the Type 64 hates HE. It's got an open tank, he hit it in the hull anyway, penetrating it and doing a whole 410 damage. And that's a beautiful example of when you would swap from heat to HE in this tank. And Ipo just put, take it APCR, bitch, there. Taunting the enemy because he's using premium ammo. But never guess what, so was you, Ipo, earlier. But who cares, you know, the right tool for the right job. The Tiger 2's looking up here now, and I love the way Ipo does this. He's putting shots down there, he's got a faster reload than that Tiger 2, but, you know, not far off. With the aiming time, there's not much in it. He swapped out to heat now, you'll notice, and he's shooting down at the flat side of that Tiger 2 and hitting him for over 300 damage. He manages to bounce the shot. Now, you've seen how I bounce shots in this tank, and it is possible, especially at these sorts of angles, so... Another 385 into the top of the engine of the Tiger 2. Another 332. Now this, you know, when people criticise people that use premium ammo, I get it when they, like that Type 64, he was using premium ammo on a VK28.01. He didn't need to, really. 397 with the heat on the Tiger 2. Now this use of premium ammo, tier 6, okay, against tier 8, heavy tanks, heat using in the right situation. Now if that was an IS-3, he wouldn't be doing it that way. Because the IS-3 has spaced armour, which heat is pretty useless at. He's making up his mind of what he's doing here. RSM using that gun depression to the Scorpion really well there. And again working with Ipo nicely. 377 into the M103 there. Using the HE straight up into its top of the engine. Brilliant shot. Another 381 into the rear of the tank. Lovely. Now if Ipo had used HE for a lot of these shots, his damage would have been sitting at about 2,000 now. But because he knows the tanks to use this ammo on, he's done 4,000 damage almost. You can see he's swapped back to HE now. He doesn't need the heat. There's a Scorpion and a Waffle Tractor there. So it's about picking your ammunition well. Here's a Scorpion there. He's promising to do a lot of damage here. But unlucky, Ipo. Mistakes were made, son. Mistakes were made. Great game, mate. So here we are with the post-game stats. As you can see, Ipo managed to bag himself an Ace Tanker badge. Well done, Ipo. A Bruiser, a Duelist, a Fire 4 effect, and a High Caliber. So good on you, mate. Good on you. Now we can see that Ipo gets 3,995 damage with 3 kills, bagging himself 1,823 base XP. That's the highest damage on the game in a high tier game, and yeah, well done, son. Still, even though with the use of all that the heat ammo, still bagging himself 8,000 profit with premium. But what a wonderful game. That must have been such a rush for him, and a good display of how you can use this tank on that map, and how you can make a big difference between using HE and heat. Now I hope this gameplay tutorial helped you guys, especially you guys playing with HE and heat, and you guys doing a little bit of VK28.01. And don't forget, this don't have to be just be for the VK28.01, it can be for any of them tanks that flirt between HE and heat, or AP and heat even. So please remember to subscribe and like if you enjoyed this. It really does help the channel. Maybe leave a positive comment, and stand by for the outro, which will be Eden Circle, and the rest of the song Follow the Road. Thank you for tuning in, and please remember there's links to more of my videos coming up, so why not stay and watch a few more. Thank you. SirHavoc signing out.
myself there must be something more, something else worth living for. Now I feel like I'm on my way, and when I'm there I'll be there to stay, and I won't